In this breakdown, I'll share the reasons I'm confident this unknown figure is Shanks himself. First, let's lay the groundwork. Loki, a mysterious figure, is marked by a special bounty, though the motives for it are unclear. There are those who tie the bounty to his devil fruit, and others who blame the accusation of patricide against the king, or maybe the truth involves both. At the close of chapter 1135, the truth emerges. These two figures are here with one purpose: to find Loki. I believe these figures are god knights. The key clue is their use of the summoning circle, a skill previously linked only to the Gorosei. It's apparent they're not Gorosei, so the most reasonable deduction is that they are god knights. But here's the burning question: why now? Loki's been imprisoned for more than 6 years with his bounty known to the government. What's changed to spur the god knights into action now? What shifted everything? I believe Garling is the cause. Previously the head of the god knights, Garling has been promoted to take Saturn's place as the latest addition to the Five Elders. Since our beloved Saturn has ironically turned into the very thing he despised, the pirate symbol of skull and bones, obviously. I'm convinced Garling's contribution as a Gorosei will stand apart from anything we've witnessed before. Traditionally, the Gorosei are seen as behind-the-scenes strategists. However, Saturn shattered that image by stepping into direct action on Egghead. I believe Imusama selected Figarland Garling not merely to fill the vacancy, but because he's a man of action, capable of achieving what previously selected elders could not. The rise of Garling could transform the world government's losing streak into a pattern of definitive victories, especially considering Vegapunk's recent expose on the conflict between the world government and the ancient kingdom. Garling is fully conscious of the fact that they are now playing the endgame. Unlike the government's past passive approach of balancing power with the warlords and Yonko, Garling appears to favor decisive, action-driven tactics. With the warlords out of the picture, I think the focus could shift to pursuing the Yonko crew and other key players like Loki. The timing is just so weird. Shanks leaves Elbaf, and then his supposed twin brother appears.
Kinda sus.
Don't you think? The majority of fans are likely to see Shanks departing, and this figure appearing as proof that it's his twin, not him. It's important to remember that Shanks didn't choose to be taken in by the Roger Pirates as a baby. Despite being a pirate now, I believe he retains his Celestial Dragon status. Furthermore, I don't think this is Shanks' first encounter with the Five Elders or visit to the Holy Land, and I'll elaborate on this shortly. When the Shanks character says, "There's a pirate I need to talk to you about," it could point to either Shanks or his twin. However, Shanks has been warning people about Blackbeard for years, making this line fit his character perfectly. In recent chapters, Shanks has been actively trying to intercept Blackbeard, but without success. It's possible that Shanks' encounter with Blackbeard, one that left him scarred, shook him deeply, compelling him to do whatever it takes to stop Blackbeard, even involving the Gorosei. Evidence supporting Shanks' involvement with the Five Elders can be found in 1107. When Saturn encounters Katarina and Augur, he expresses disbelief that pirates of their caliber would serve anyone. Katarina's response to that is, "It's because Teach is special," which is followed by Saturn's remark about knowing Blackbeard's bloodline. This could trace back to what Shanks revealed to the Gorosei in chapter 907, as up until that point, the world and the Gorosei knew very little about Blackbeard. Shanks' confrontation with Roger upon his return from Laugh-Tale reveals an emotional turning point. Having possibly learned of his connection to the Celestial Dragons during his time away, Shanks sought the truth from Roger, only to be devastated by the confirmation. This moment marked a profound internal conflict for Shanks, who had witnessed the atrocities committed by the Celestial Dragons while aboard the Roger Pirates. This inner struggle is hinted at in chapter 1082, where Buggy reminisces about Shanks' unmatched potential and why he abandoned his dream of being Pirate King. Buggy recalls Shanks telling him that he wasn't ready to go after the One Piece or become Pirate King, although he remained a pirate. This sudden change in Shanks' goals could stem from his painful realization about his heritage, an event that coincided with Roger's execution 24 years ago. There is a 2-year gap between Shanks' earlier appearances and his recruitment of Yasopp. It's plausible that during this time, Shanks ventured to the Holy Land in search of information about his origins. This journey might have led him to meet his father, Garling, and be officially acknowledged by the Five Elders as a Celestial Dragon. However, Shanks' insistence on living as a pirate, despite his noble bloodline, would undoubtedly have infuriated Garling. Unlike Doflamingo's family, Figarland Garling may have decided to maintain Shanks' status as a Celestial Dragon, possibly out of hope that his only son would eventually embrace his heritage as the Figarland heir. Shanks' decision to delay pursuing the One Piece is surprising given his head start from his time with Roger, where he learned about the road poneglyphs. What could have been significant enough to stop him? The revelation of his celestial lineage seems like a plausible answer. There's also the possibility that Shanks has been covertly affiliated with the God Knights, using his position to act as a subtle influence in the One Piece world. His unexpected meeting with the Five Elders in chapter 907 could suggest a hidden agenda, perhaps tied to a larger unseen conflict. Shanks may have approached the Five Elders with a deal, their aid in neutralizing Blackbeard in exchange for his acceptance of his Celestial Dragon role. Another intriguing angle is that Shanks sees Loki as a weapon against Blackbeard, banking on Loki's reputedly powerful devil fruit abilities. Shanks might have hinted to Loki and Elbaf that his return would mark a shift in his identity, from pirate to God Knight. Perhaps Shanks even anticipated the Straw Hats' involvement, using Dory and Brogy to ensure their presence in Elbaf as a countermeasure to the God Knight's schemes, reflecting on the Warlord system, which merged pirate power with the government. It's plausible Shanks has been fulfilling a covert role as a God Knight since discovering his lineage. This would explain his reserved actions in the One Piece world, as he operates as both a pirate and a secret agent, bridging these conflicting identities. In his dual role, Shanks combines the independence of a pirate with the clandestine duties of a God Knight, working for the world government in the shadows. I might be off track, but this mystery is truly mind-boggling. What's your take? Let me know in the comments. Appreciate you watching. Hit that like button and subscribe if you enjoyed diving into this theory.
Gotcha.